So I'd like next to introduce Congressman Peter Welch. And before we do, I should say, I've sometimes, years ago, felt at times discouraged about Vermont. It didn't seem like the perfect place. I remember 10 years ago going to Peter's office when he was in Montpelier and saying, gosh, I'm getting discouraged by some of the things I see. And finding, gosh, here's someone who's really listening. And then saw, here's someone who's listening to both sides of the aisle. And then thought, here's someone that's really looking for solutions, my goodness. So I sometimes think when I look at the work that Diane is doing, that we're doing here, that if it wasn't for Peter's help, we absolutely wouldn't be here. So Peter, may I introduce you next, and thank you for all your help over the years.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Diane. You know, it is so great to be in the high-speed internet capital of the United States of America, Hardwick, Vermont. And it can happen. And it is happening. It really is. John, thank you. What do you think?
It's awesome.
You're going to go back and brag to those slowpokes down there in Boston, right? Tell them how we're doing it. But I also want to give a shout out to the VTel team who's here. You've got a lot of folks. Why don't you all raise your hand if you're here from VTel? You know, thank you for what you're doing. You know, I was a VTel customer down in Heartland, Vermont, and you guys got the wire out to my house. It was on a dirt road. The only difference between me and Senator Leahy is that it took him a while to get high-speed internet. It took me a while to get electricity. But you got it there. Thank you very much. You know, I was with Senator Leahy at his net neutrality hearing, and it was, as Patrick said, so interesting because we had these regular Vermonters who've created these extraordinary companies. You know, Vermont Country Home, or Vermont Country Store, in Logic Supply. And they're smart, they're hardworking, they're diligent, they have all the qualities that you need to be successful, but they couldn't do it if they didn't have high-speed internet. And you know, I spend too much time in Washington, and in Washington, there's not as much appreciation for how much folks in rural America contribute to rural America, how much they have to offer. You know, Peter Shumlin, your company was down in Little Putney, Vermont, and it's a huge, tremendous company. We have what it takes to get the job done and to create jobs, but what we need is a level playing field. We have to have internet that's second to absolutely none. And this is about whether we're going to realize the full potential of all of the young people in this state who will have an option to stay here and to build out their ideas here, to be successful here, to reinvest in their communities here. And I think we've got a real shot at it. And I think we've got a shot because we've got a public-private partnership. We've got a governor who's all in and gets it. We've got a senator, one of the leading, most important people in the United States, third in line for the presidency, all behind it. We've got Bernie Sanders, and you've got me, a congressional delegation. Our entire Vermont House congressional delegation is united behind this effort. And I'm not kidding. Every single one of us is united. But mainly what this is about is giving you a shot, giving your kids a shot. This is the tool they need, and it's no different than electricity. It's no different than having rural free delivery. Post offices have to provide the mail in rural America. And it's no different than having an interstate that connects us all. So what VTel is doing, working with you and with a partnership with our government, that's what needs to be done, and I congratulate everybody who's had a hand in making this day come about. Thank you very much.